everybody, Punisher88 here, coming to you live with another edition of the Weekend Review. And today I'm finally doing my double review of Princess Leia issue number 1 and issue number 2. Now I want to dive right into this because I have a feeling this might be a long video, and if it is, I apologize to you guys ahead of time. Now, normally, to those of you who watch my reviews, you guys will know I like to start with the cover first. But again, since this is a double review and I have a feeling that the video is going to go quite long, I'm going to leave the covers to the end and we're just going to jump into the actual review. Alrighty? So I'm going to give you the good, I'm going to give you the bad, and then I'm going to give you the overall verdict. But before I get into it, I just wanted to say to the newer subscribers to my channel, if at any time during this review or any of my past reviews you notice that I look up and down at the camera quite a bit, that's because I have my notes in front of me. The reason why I have my notes in front of me is, one, it helps the review go a lot smoother compared to my very first reviews where I had no notes and I was just all over the place. Second, if I'm looking at my notes, if I get stuck, well, I know where to look where I last was and continue from there. And third, I was never great at memorizing text and then relaying it back to whatever audience I'm sitting in front of, all from memory. Not one of my strong suits. So therefore, I keep the notes in front of me, and it just plain helps me out. So if you guys are cool with that, awesome. We'll get through this, what again I'm anticipating to be a long review, and we'll be on our merry way. Sound good? Awesome. So first off, Princess Leia number 1. First off, the good. This is another case where having the current Star Wars comics at Marvel take place immediately after the events of Episode 4 makes sense. I always felt it was a little weird that Leia witnessed the destruction of her home planet and everyone she knew, yet was consoling Luke Skywalker over the death of a guy he knew for maybe a day or so. There's also the question of why all the rebels were standing around celebrating in a location where the entire Galactic Empire was aware of. Just because the Death Star was destroyed doesn't mean they don't have any other ships that could come and attack them, you know? Of course, Mark Waid takes on these issues and more and fully justifies them. With the issue picking up right after the closing scene of Episode 4, we see the celebration is short-lived. There is a lot that needs to be done as everyone is scrambling on their new missions. Leia is left wondering what her duties are and what she'll be allowed to do. Being able to explore this time in this way opens up the character and timeline in a way you don't usually think about. We're used to seeing a movie's credits roll, and if there's a sequel, the events usually start up sometime after. Leia is paired with a great new character with an attitude to keep Leia on her toes. Now, the art by Terry and Rachel Dodson. It fits the story nicely, although as nicely as it may fit the story, I myself am not that crazy about the art. I'm not crazy about it. But that's just my opinion. Some of you out there might be going, what? How can you say that? Terry Dodson or Rachel Dodson art's amazing. Again, just my opinion. With the characters from the movie and the action picking up at the end of the movie, there's a lot of familiar characters and places to see. Capturing the likeness is a big deal in becoming immersed in the story. And with colors by Jordi Belair, it's a guarantee it will have a nice polish to it. Now the bad. As great as the likeness was, the first time we see Han, I think it felt a little off. Um, I was a little confused why there was a statue of a couple characters um, at the what's the name of it? The Now I'm probably going to say this wrong, and I apologize to the big Star Wars fans out there. The Masasi Temple, I believe that's what it's called. Um, it could be it was quickly constructed for a memorial, and perhaps the statue constructing technology makes this easily possible. It's also being said the rebels occupied this temple for about a year before attacking the Death Star. Also, I'm not sure about the mission Leia takes on. It's definitely interesting, and it's a matter of waiting to see how it plays out. This issue does have to establish the setup, and next issue we're likely to dive deep into action. And also, Chewbacca still didn't receive a medal or any recognition. Trust me, I would do a Wookiee growl, but I don't want to wake up the people here in the building. The verdict. From the beginning, Princess Leia showed she could stand up to the evil forces of the Galactic Empire, including Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin. And now in her own series, she has to figure out what's next for her after the destruction of her home planet. Mark Waid picks up the action immediately following the events of Episode 4 and helps to establish more to the timeline for the characters. Despite taking place during the original trilogy's time period, Waid makes it exciting by leaving us wondering what will happen next and simply being able to see how great Leia is. The art by Terry and Rachel Dodson, along with colors by Jordi Belair, works wonderfully for the story. Though again, personally, not too crazy about the art, but you know, this series reminds us why we fell in love with Star Wars so long ago. ... Roll Star Wars credit, song, theme, whatever you want to call it. Alright, now I have no segue here, so I'm just going to say, now we go into Princess Leia issue number 2. First off, the good. If anyone deserves some time in the spotlight, it's Princess Leia. We know there are layers to her character, and we only got small glimpses into them in the original Star Wars trilogy. This was a figure that would stand up to Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, Chewbacca, even the slimy Jabba the Hutt, you know. But for a character that witnessed her home planet get destroyed, we never really saw any emotion or much concern. That's where this series comes in. Leia's first job is to the mission, hands down. And as part of the Rebel Alliance, she had no choice but to fight for the freedom of the galaxy. After the others in command feared she was too precious to be placed in danger, she set out with a fellow Alderaanian, whatever, Alderaanian I'm going to call them, X-Wing pilot named Evan. Sorry, these Star Wars names, man. Anyway, to search for and rescue other Alderaanians being hunted by the Empire. As she sets out for Naboo, Mark Waid gives us some flashback glimpses into her childhood. We see how her toughness and rebelliousness started at a young age. Journeying to Naboo was a nice nod in acknowledging the prequel films and allows the action to take place in a familiar setting that would be far enough from the Empire to immediately arrive and cause problems. The result is intrigue and twists as Leia sets out to find some Alderaanians. Alderanian. I'm not gonna fuss over this. um, the art, again, by Terry and Rachel Dodson, is really working for this series. Again, I'm not crazy about the art, but story-wise, it works. Leia has the combination of her toughness mixed with her elegance, and young Leia looked pretty darn cute in those flashbacks, I got to admit. Also, it was cool to see Bail Organa have his Jimmy Smits resemblance. I thought that was a nice little touch there. Jordi Belair's colors are amazing. I'll give it that. And we also have a nice cliffhanger to keep us on edge until the next issue comes out, which is, I believe, next week. Yeah. The bad. I'm a little on the fence with the Empire's mission to hunt down Alderaanians. It's perfectly understandable that they would want to finish the job that the Death Star started, and there is also the strong possibility of further sympathy for the rebellion due to Leia's position in the Alliance, as well as with any remaining Alderaanians. It just seems with the destruction of the Death Star, they might have their hands full dealing with other things in order to keep their presence and control over the galaxy. And one other thing, when Leia was on Naboo and saw a certain image, and to those of you who read Princess Leia #2, you guys know what I'm talking about. I find it was a nice nod, but a little far-fetched. It just like, it was crammed in there, I find. It was so random, but anyway. The verdict. This book continues to show that Princess Leia doesn't need the likes of Han Solo or Luke Skywalker to take part in dangerous missions. Getting a chance to deal with the loss of her home planet and continue her duty to her people while trying to thwart the Empire's plans at the same time is great to see. I will admit the Dodsons are getting into a groove with the art, giving the book its own kind of vibe. And with plenty twists and turns, this book simply channels the spirit of Princess Leia and the feeling of the Star Wars universe. That's that. So, folks, 13 minutes and 6 seconds in, not too bad on time here. So I hope you enjoyed this double review. I've been saying for a while that I was going to do this. Well, we did it, so we got through it. At least I hope you guys are still here with me, listening to me ramble now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. Also, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys get a lot of cool geeky goodies and whatnot. And if you don't plan on getting anything geeky related, well, I hope you guys just have a nice, calm, relaxing weekend. And before I go, I'm going to check on YouTube, since I am recording through my webcam. I keep forgetting what my question was from last week, so I have to go on my channel. I'm doing this all in real time, folks, so bear with me here. And let's see here. You might hear me talking, and it's because it's from my last video. Sorry, guys. Oh boy. I feel really bad right now that you guys are just listening to me watch my own video. Yeah. Sorry, guys, again. Oh, man. I really got to learn to write these down, huh? Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, spit it out. Here it comes. Ah, yes. Okay, now I know. So my question from last week was, who do I think in the Marvel Universe should get their own movie or TV show? Well, not to sound biased or anything, just because I really like the character, but I think, where they say third time's a charm, I think the Punisher should have a third chance. That's just me. Now, whether it be either a movie or a TV show, as much as I would love to see another Punisher movie, I think for the third time, do it as a TV show first, and then judging by what the popularity would be of the TV show, then decide if you're going to turn it into a movie. And if I had to really go all out, I'd say if the Punisher was to be turned into a TV show, I'd say do the same thing that Netflix is doing with Daredevil. Turn it into a Netflix TV show and go from there. So yeah, that's my answer to Thursday's question. And this week, let's flip the coin and go with the polar opposite, and let's go with name me one DC character you guys would like to see get either their own movie or TV show. Alrighty, so let me know in the description below, and I'll let you know my answer on Thursday. So if you enjoyed this video, awesome, give it a thumbs up. And make sure to check out my channel, check out any other reviews I got. I got enough of them to keep you company for a while, since I do tend to talk a lot, as I've been told. But yeah, check them out. Any of them you like, give them a thumbs up. Give them a thumbs down if you don't like them. It just means I got to work harder on pleasing you guys, the audience. Also, if you guys are into unboxing videos, even though a lot of people aren't, I am a subscriber to Loot Crate, and one of my promises to my subscribers is every month when my Loot Crate comes in, no matter if it lands on a Thursday or a Saturday or even a Wednesday, I will do an unboxing for you guys. No matter what, I will do that. Also, second promise, anyone who subscribes to me, I subscribe back to them. Because the way I look at it is, you guys are taking time out of your schedule to watch my videos. It's only fair that I do the same for you guys. And hey, we're a community. We got to help each other out. Right? Right. Also, if you guys are interested in following me on Twitter or checking out the Punisher 88 Facebook page, although I must warn you, sorry guys. There hasn't been much action, that's what I'm trying to say, over at the Punisher 88 Facebook page in a while. I do share some stuff on there every now and then, due to the fact that I've been more involved on Twitter recently. But all that information is going to be below in the description, at least the Twitter part. If you go onto my channel and you go click the About thing over on the top, there's a link to my Facebook group page, whichever. If you want to check it out, go ahead. It's awesome. Or that's awesome, I should say. Alright, folks, so what went from 13 minutes, we are now at 19 minutes. So, again, that apology at the beginning still stands. And if you guys made it all the way to the end, you guys rock, because you're the real troopers. Alright, folks, so that's it for now. I've blabbed your virtual ear off long enough. So again, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. As I promised, there is already prepared a lame supervillain of the week. Alrighty? So, once again, this is Punisher 88 signing off. See ya!